hello and welcome. I was going to do some Dark Souls recording, but it just kind of fucked me up. So I am just going to do something different, something a little weird, a little funky. I don't know if too many people have heard of this game, Silent Bomber. I've actually got it in a jewel case, an original copy. Actually, thanks to my brother, who is the motherfucking shit. This game is fucking amazing. Fuck, I don't even remember when it came out. It's very 90s anime, like really different at the time. It's definitely very much cliche now. A lot of stuff going on, but okay, the game came out in '99, near the end of its life, and it definitely showcases like the power of like it, you know, last ditch effort. You know, and be like, hey, you know, we're gonna go out on go out with a bang.
Nothing more
because I mean, the PlayStation 2 was launched a year afterwards, I think. If I'm correct, maybe it was 2 years. No, I think it came out in 2000. But yeah, you know, last ditch game. A lot of it really went overlooked, and I don't know why. It's a really good game. It's a really good game. But I'm just gonna quick load, because you know, I don't really think that y'all want to see the beginning of the game. But this is, you know, this is more just kind of for me. There we go. Those are the controls. I love this game. I was a huge fan of this game when I was a kid. I mean, that's when my brother got it. I think he got it for Christmas or something, because we played a demo for this game. It was just fucking nasty. This game was so fucking cool. This game is still, to this day, just really cool. A lot of people may think that I'm very much stuck in gaming's past, and you know what? Unfortunately, it was better back then. It really was. Oh shit! That is not where I parked my car. And so now we're just gonna fight some normal dudes, just some regular jack-offs. Oh, eat a dick. But, you know, okay, E3 is going on at this time. As of this very moment, we are on day 3 of E3 2013. And, you know, this is a really shaky time in video game, in the video game industry. Because everyone's trying to deny the fact that the games industry has gone into complete freefall. Just completely. It's just terrible. Budgets, you know, bigger than the size of the American deficit. You know, and they expect. They expect, you know, the gross domestic product of China in return, and you know, it's insane. It really is so crazy that these people are spending so much money on a video game, on a form of entertainment, mostly for kids. Let's face it, you know, especially back in the day, that's what these things were marketed to, children. And you know what? Games were much harder back in the day. Games didn't, you know, hold your hand and tell you where where to go. Games didn't.
Get you up there.
I don't know. It's just a total shame that these people spend so much money, really for no reason. I mean, a lot of these games don't even break even.
Tim and the others finish repairing the lander and
because of that, great companies just go to ruin. Completely off the map. I mean, what happened to Ion Entertainment after Deus Ex 2? What happened to shit? What happened to oh my god, I'm so drawing blanks right now. But there are a lot of companies that only get one title, and because it wasn't the raving success that it was, they literally just went under, disappeared, got bought up and dissolved. I mean, Sony and EA just kind of bought up and dissolved a whole bunch of smaller. Oh man, looks like I just died.
I'll begin hacking.
They a whole bunch of just smaller developers and just ruined them. Just pumped way too much money and expected way too much out of some of these people, out of these ideas. But in EA's defense, I will say that back at the time when it was being ran by John Riccitiello, he had some really cool ideas, and he was actually trying to innovate rather than destroy. Like, this was just before everyone started calling EA like the greedy pigs that they are now. You know, that their stockholders are. Because I'll tell you what, man, their stockholders is what drove this company into the ground. They used to be amazing. They used to be better than amazing. I mean, they were partnered with Squaresoft at one point, and both of those companies are now in the shitter. Well, actually, EA is doing a lot better than Squaresoft is, but both of those companies are you know, at least under the microscope. And you know, back when they were teamed up, they were making money hand over fist. It's insane. It is absolutely insane. And you know, that could have been some sort of unholy abomination, but it was cool. People dug it. So with all this E3 stuff going on, I didn't kind of want to. I don't want to really blow my load yet. I want to wait to see everything else that comes out. I want to see different games that come out. Now that kind of Sony did come out swinging hard. I wrote on my Facebook, you know, Sony bitch slapped Microsoft just after giving them the finger. It was quite impressive. It was quite impressive. I haven't heard genuine cheers like that at an E3 event probably since 2007.
Remaining targets are on the level above you.
It's
search for a route that will get you up there.
It's crazy, and all Sony had to do was just be like, hey, you know all that shit that you're used to? Yeah, it's cool. We got it over here. Microsoft's trying to do this, and that. You know, we're not doing any of that. Come over here. We got you, hardcore audience. And you know what? I'm actually cool with that. I would be elated to see that Sony wasn't going to completely nickel and dime us like how Microsoft wants to do. I mean, it would be such a pleasure to see that, you know, Sony's actually looking out for their target audience rather than trying to expand so much and so far that they can, you know, deal with such inflated budgets. Because going for broke, you can really only do that a couple of times. Like, there are only gonna be one or two Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2s. You know, there's not every game is going to sell like that, and I think Sony has learned their lesson. Microsoft, not so much, because they're really pushing this. They're really pushing for a like they're really pushing for just popularity. Like, come on, guys, we're Xbox. You know, we're bros, right, bro? You know, I really can't make fun of that because I used to be an ex-bro. Like, I love me some fucking, you know, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I love me some fucking, you know, fucking Call of Duty World at War, man. That shit was awesome. I'm not even gonna front. Like, you know, as much as everyone loves to hate on Modern Warfare, or on Call of Duty, I don't really like the new ones, but I'm not gonna sit here and discredit the old ones because they were, you know, they got to where they were for a reason. It's not like they were bad games. I'm sure that the new ones aren't even bad games, but I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm just sick and tired of it. I don't want to see it anymore. I don't want to see it in my fucking video games. So, you know, with all that going on, like I said, I wanted to wait and see more information, kind of gather my thoughts a little bit better before I really start going off on E3 in its actuality. Because, you know, I think we need just a little bit more time. But, shit, back to this game. You are some kind of futuristic, like, cyber soldier? Not cyber, but, you've got these, like, these aren't implants or anything. They're just, like, weapons that you put on your arms. Like, you kind of carry them as if it was, like, half a bazooka or something. These things are actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. They sit there and just let me drop bombs so I can fuck up anything's world. And you get these cool little E-chips. The green things that I've been picking up. And this game actually has a really cool RPG element where you pick up these chips and then you can upgrade your character. This game is so cool. It's got a decent amount of depth. Oh, this is a Bandai released game. Shit, I don't even... It doesn't really say a team on the back of the box. All it just says is Bandai. But I doubt that it's actually developed by Bandai. You know, being a toy company and a distributor, unless they've got, they may have in-house developers like Tomy. You know, Tomy, they make they made the GameCube and even some of the earlier Wii Naruto games. And they're just a toy company, a toy manufacturer. But That's one thing I will always give Nintendo credit for. They didn't forget that they are a toy manufacturer. They're not the technology beasts. They're not trying to sell you hardware. They're trying to sell you a fucking toy. And, you know, me being the huge gamer that I am, you know, I'm 25 years old. I may not sound like it, but I'm a huge kid at heart, and I love video games. And so seeing this huge push for graphics and just ridiculous amounts of money being spent to do so, just so, you know, a scene can look a little bit prettier, it's not fair. It's not fair to the consumer. It's not fair to these poor developers, to these people who are losing their jobs because they weren't able to sell, you know, 40 million copies in, you know, a month. Like, I don't think anything sold that much, but, you know, you get my point. Hitman Absolution sold, I think its last numbers came in at somewhere around, like, a pretty respectable, like, 2 million copies. But that was deemed as a fucking failure. I mean, the game wasn't that good. At least not from what I played of it. I didn't spend a lot of time with it, but I did make sure I tried to experience it. I was never a huge Hitman fan, but you know, I heard that the game had changed, and yeah, it did, but not really for the better. I thought it was cooler when it was more of a sandbox rather than a fucking gallery shooter. Like, you weren't supposed to have shooting set pieces. You weren't supposed to have to draw your gun if you didn't want to. And I don't know. I don't like shooting elements being shoehorned into a video game that isn't necessarily about shooting. Just because it has a gun, you know, fuck it. Just because the game has a gun doesn't mean that you've got to run around killing everything with a pulse. You can have some tact. You can have some fucking strategy. It's... I don't know. I'm not a big fan of where gaming has become. That's why you see me play more older games. Like I do love new games. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually gonna reload. I do love games. I mean, I do love some new games. BioShock Infinite, Dark Souls, Brutal Legend. God, what are the other new games that I've been playing? Wow, I'm just doing terribly. I'm trying to think too hard. But yeah, there are a lot of new games that I love. And I'm a huge fan of RPGs. Oh, Tales of Grace is F. Oh my god, please play that game if you haven't played that. If you really are yearning for a good JRPG, fucking Tales of Grace is F will not steer you wrong. Not like that fucking Final Fantasy 13-2 bullshit. 13-2. Go fuck yourself. I am a huge fan.
I'm going to start hacking into the security system now.
The Tales series. I've always liked it. It's been more action oriented. The original ones kind of work like a simplistic side-scrolling fighter, much like how Smash Brothers is today. You have your special move button and you have your normal move button, and you would assign different moves to the different directions on your D-pad. It was does that sound familiar? Anyone? But shit, like, yeah, the original Tales of Phantasia and Tales of Destiny, they played exactly like that, and even the newer ones, they still kind of have the same general feel. Like, you'll have your magic button, and then you'll have your normal attack button, and then you can start doing combos between the two. Like, the combat system has stayed relatively simplistic, but has gotten more robust over time, if that makes sense. Like, it's the same kind of accessibility that anyone can pick up, but if you actually know what you're doing, you can string together some fucking crazy shit. It's good stuff. So, Tales series gets the seal of approval. Resistance. Resistance is an awesome series that got started this generation. Believe it or not, I'm a big Halo fan. I loved the original Halo. Didn't really like 2 or 3. I know all of the fucking ex-bros love them some Halo 3, but I don't know. ODST kind of brought it back for me. I don't know why. Don't really ask me why. Actually, you know what? I do know why, but it's a really long, convoluted story. But it does have a lot to do with details, and that game's got it. That game has lots of details, so I will definitely spit that out there. And Halo Reach, I love Halo Reach. Halo Reach is such a grim story. It's good. I love dark stories. I love stories about, you know, just imminent death. You know, you are going to die. What you do before then is what's important. It's just, it's great. So good. So good. So good. I have you. Sorry. But yeah, I've probably gone on a little too long. This was kind of just supposed to be a quick rant, but you know, it is what it is. So if you gave me the time of day, I want to say thank you. And you know, if anybody sees this and says, hey, you know, I want to see more of this game, fucking let me know. I would love to do a full-on Let's Play of this game, but I would definitely like to finish. I may end up calling the Dark Souls series because it's just too frustrating at this point. Like, I just think that it may not be destined. It's just not in the cards. I may try to do one more episode of that, but at a later date. You will definitely see more Castlevania action coming out within the next little bit. I don't know, whenever I can fucking get around to it, because I've got a lot of games on my plate, and you know, this is just kind of a fun hobby, so I can fucking get some steam off my chest. I don't have enough nerdy friends around anymore, so you know, I've still got friends, don't get me wrong, but you know, none that really care about video games like how, you know, a lot of my older friends used to, and how I do. So this is a fun way to kind of bounce off the board. So I want to say thank you, and have a good one. Thank you for giving me the time. I will see you next time.